the hospital was extremely primitive, but the nurses were excellent, and the surgery was superb. The surgical theaters were almost like this room, not what we would have here. And so they were able to remove, actually it wasn't appendicitis, it was gastric ulcer.
Yes, that's right.
And so we stayed around to see our friend recover from his surgery, and the surgeon was about 4 feet 5, short little guy. He had to stand on a stair step, to operate. Wow. And the nurses were so enthusiastic and fresh and interested in what they were doing and proud of what they were doing. And Brian was the man who had the gastric problem. Woke up from his surgery, and it was in this ward of other people who had surgery. And each one had an organ to show. They were so proud of what was taken out of them. In the case of Brian, it was a piece of stomach that they had excised. They re-anastomosed the ileum to the gastric stump. But and there was a classic build-off too. And so their surgical techniques were completely as we would have here. And
in this little tiny room with the little tiny man.
Yeah. And a little
slower on the panning.
crude hospital, but everything was really top-notch.
And where did they keep it?
Oh, they had a little bottle by the side of their bed, that they pull out. And so, each one guy had a thyroid and one
How did they keep it from spoiling?
Hmm?
How did they keep these body parts from spoiling underneath
Well,
their
that's formaldehyde, and they, but they insisted on having, part of them go with them.
And they also had
part
secretaries all over the hospital.
with it. And, of course, Brian's friend, Richard, who's now a pediatrician in New York City, as a result of our trip, quite a number of Chinese came under my auspices to study. I mean, that was their, that was probably one reason they were so glad to have us back in 1990, because it gave them an entree to medical teaching in the U.S.
Yeah.
So they came. But in China at that time, so the reason I enjoy asking you all these questions that I asked you is because it's quite a contrast. It really is as if the country turned on a dime.
Yeah.